game
It's
changer.
just amazing.
He's a little upset because he used to sit with his legs this way. You just couldn't
very
tell.
relaxed.
Just laying down and chilling. We can't be just laying down and chilling anymore. Well, we are going to be laying down and chilling with you guys today on a great show. We have some great.
OT. It was definitely a great experience for my first NFL game. I loved it.
It was wild too. I mean, so we get down there, and Stacy Overly, shout out to all my Uniota friends. He's like, "Hey, we're gonna go down to the fishbowl. We'll be there at like 10:30." For a long time, it was old friends seeing each other for the first time. So naturally, we had to do some tequila shots to get the game going.
You're about to lose your skull, Clay.
My skull's dying. Oh no! Yeah. Hey, keep the skull going.
I just didn't want to see it.
We'll just rejoin the two skulls here.
Oh, they're kissing.
Kissing Skulls. Kissing Skulls. That should be that's a good band name. Kissing Skulls. But yeah, then we had that. And then had to pack right back up and then go to the Browns game on Sunday. Good win there. Won $300 in the stands, and everyone heard it in the entire 502. It was wild. But when Cooper caught that pass, dude, and ran in for a touchdown, that place was going insane. I mean, absolutely wild. Muni Lot was amazing. It was a good time. Your Eagles don't play though till tonight, Tony.
It's a big game, both fantasy and big implications for both teams. Honestly speaking, I think we can come out here and handle it. Jalen Hurts said he's going to suit up, but to be honest,
they said that he was sick. Playing while he's sick?
I'm playing a Cowboys fan who is starting Jalen Hurts as a quarterback. And it's like, you can't have him on your team as a Cowboys fan. That's kind of it should be illegal.
I am one of those people. I'm a firm believer in. I just never want to sit there and be like, well, I want to see him lose, but I just hope he's the one that scores a touchdown.
Yeah.
Never in my life. Zeke Elliott, like I like him now that he's on the Patriots, but big fan of him in college. And then he goes to the Cowboys, and I'm sitting there, and I'm just like, mixed feelings. But then I immediately was like, no, it's not mixed feelings at all, and I just hate you, and I hope you don't ever score again.
Well, he's on the Patriots now.
That's what I was saying. I kind of like.
Do you like him now? Okay, yeah. Because
see, now do you guys hold grudges? Do you guys hold grudges for like what college they went? Because I know somebody.
Dude,
their
mom
won a championship with Zeke and traded him because she's a Michigan fan. She was like, I just didn't want to buck on my team. I won one with him and got rid of him.
The only person I can say I did not do that with is Reggie Bush, because sometimes greatness just overpowers where you went. But other than that, if you went to USC and you're in the NFL, I hate you.
I'm 50-50 on that, just because there's guys that I see on the team that I think could be good, like a Donovan Peoples-Jones.
People wanted him gone as soon as we drafted him. Ohio State fans that are Cleveland Browns fans, they did not want him on the Browns.
But tell me, for a 6th-round draft pick, he did not get.
I didn't say I was one of those fans. I did not say I was one of those fans.
He was such a good player, and honestly speaking, he was between Ohio State and Michigan. He was a 5-star recruit.
Yeah.
And he ends up going to Michigan, and I felt sorry for him because he wasn't developed there. He comes out, and he's just like a 6th-round draft pick.
He was a dog for us, too, there.
Dude, he's such. I'm not saying like he's going to change a team, but when you get a very, very solid 2 from the 6th round.
Yeah.
Can't complain.
And then, we were over at the Uniota Adina game to start the weekend off on Friday, which was an absolute thriller in that second quarter. Uniota came out hot. I mean, smacks them in the mouth. Adina had a good run there in the second quarter, and then Uniota showed why they came into the season as the favorites in the second half and absolutely just blew them away.
Oh, 100%. I kind of called it going into it that
yeah.
they were going to get out
hey,
of the
Dawson made sure that we got with him in the student section to make sure, hey, I want my get back.
Yeah, I wanted to rectify some wrongs.
Yeah. I will say, though, Adina student section wasn't too bad. I mean, they had some good talkers, but Dawson, man, He was ready for that, Mike. He wanted it.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, what's funny is when I walked up, I said, "Who talks the best trash here?" Immediately, they're like, "Go to the other side." And as I was walking, I saw Dallas, and I was like, "Okay, I know why they told me to come over here."
yeah. But speaking of a legendary performance put on by this young man for Uniota, getting the big win, dropping 21 points, picks up with 7 rebounds, 16 of those in the first quarter. The one and only Zeke Schobelock.
Woo!
What's going on, man?
You guys.
Hey, doing good. So, gotta ask you, how was the week? I know you guys had a game against Jackson that you wish you could have back, but it looks like you had a pretty good game on Saturday. How are you feeling after Friday night, though, man? You came out absolutely on fire.
I mean, it felt good to play that game, but I'm trying not to ride the high too much.
Yeah.
You focus and regroup and just one game at a time.
Yeah. So you come out. When did you know that I'm hot right now? Because you kind of came out, you hit a couple of layups. I think you maybe went to the free throw line one time, and then you had that corner 3. And let me tell you, he made sure Dina knows that he hit that corner 3. Then they came right back to you for another one. When were you like, all right, man, give me the ball. I'm hot.
I kind of just go into that mindset at the beginning of every game. I'm always just real locked in, and I just love getting the ball. I love making big time plays, and my teammates always find me. And I think after that first layup, once you see the ball go in once, you just know.
Yeah. We going up to Fitch, be like, hey, man, need the ball. It's hot. You see my hand? It has fire on it right now. It's ready to go in the hoop.
I really don't even gotta say anything to him. He's a great point guard.
I was about to say, man. Sometimes when you're hitting it like that, people just know.
Like, hey, give him the ball.
It's time for a heat check.
Yeah. Now,
Most of the time, point guards are like, "I want an easy assist. Let me get it to this guy. He's clearly on fire
no,
right
you're
now."
gonna make it. Give you the ball. Now, I want to ask that whatever you guys, because I feel like every game it's almost like a new person's hot. One game it's you, then Blake. I mean, he turned around the next night, had 19. We've seen Blake Hoops go off. One of you guys are hot like that. Is Coach Hoops just kind of saying in the huddle like, "Hey, man, give the ball to the." We were saying on Friday it was like kicking and screaming, "Give the ball to the Italians." Like, is that what Hoops is saying? It's like, hey, just give him the ball and let's ride this hot hand.
Not too much. I think as players we're all pretty smart. We just kind of recognize it, but we just get shots through the flow of the offense. We just trust the offense and trust each other. So we just get the ball moving. It finds whoever's hot.
Heck yeah, man. Tony, did you have a question here for Zeke?
To be honest, one thing that I noticed is when you're hitting those shots, you give him a little razzle dazzle. That's fine with it. But you come down and I felt like you played some really solid defense. Is that something that that's coming down from the coach, or is that just, you're hot, so you might as well play both sides of the ball and see if you can get it going? But I respected the way that you kind of were able to get hot and then come back down the court and still play some defense.
This year that's kind of just been our emphasis is on the defensive end. Let our defense turn into offense. And Adina's a really good offensive team. And my matchup was Jody Yader. I mean, he's a really good player.
It's a tough one.
So I was just trying to deny him the ball, take him out of the offense a little bit, and
that's insane to be like, hey, I am currently guarding their best scorer, but I'm dropping 16 on your head in the first quarter.
That's the biggest thing. It's coming down, and you give him a little razzle dazzle real quick, but it's not
like you're just guarding Joe Schmo down there on the other end.
Really good player too.
Adam, did you have a question?
Honestly, I was just gonna ask, like, how do you get into a rhythm so quickly and just kind of like rattle off? Is it more like team play or?
I think it starts in like warm-ups and before the game, and like when they're introducing us, I just try and get into the right headspace, like mentally, and just mentally be like all there, locked in, and I think that really helps before the game.
Hey, talk about mentally. You guys have one of the hardest student sections to play against in. I'll go outside the SVC, probably in Southern Ohio when that thing gets rocking, and they travel, man. Like when we went to Zane Trace. You couldn't really say that Zane Trace had a full home court advantage because of what your guys' student sections go. How does that help you guys in a game whenever you know your student section is giving the players absolute hell for you?
Especially at home, it's great. I mean, you can really feel the home court advantage. It gets so loud in there. Just the atmosphere is great. The energy is great. I think that really helps us as players get the energy going, playing just better. Just
Yeah.
helps a lot.
Now, speaking of getting the atmosphere going, you literally play for one of the most historic teams in the SVC when it comes to basketball. I mean, especially here in recent memory with what Hoops has done and stuff like that. Is that something that maybe you guys are talking about in the locker room or ever it gets brought up, being like, hey, we want to keep doing like what they were doing, or is it just like we're doing our own thing, man? Whatever happens, happens.
I think we all just kind of know that's a standard. Ever since I've been at Uniota and like growing up, it's always just been winning basketball, and so everyone around us just expects that, and we expect it out of ourselves and each other, and that carries over to practices, like holding each other accountable, because that's just what we demand. The coaches demand out of us.
Hey, I bet those practices are intense, man. Are some of those practices more intense than the games? You can say it.
Sometimes, yeah. I think today we had a practice actually. 'Cause
We were
it
talking
gets
about
crazy.
that, man. Like sometimes whenever you're going against a JV, that more than likely, if a lot of those JV kids go somewhere else on a varsity team, those practices can get brutal. I feel like I feel like it would be wild. Like imagine it's almost like college. Every time you go against a scout team, it's still a pretty good scout team. What you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
We were talking about how like like the Uniota's JV, some of their hardest games probably take place during the week during practice because
Yeah.
they're playing the varsity.
I would like to go watch those scrimmages. You know what I mean? Because like again, varsity players are varsity players, JV. But sometimes, man, those JV players take it personal. You know, whenever you're going in practice and you're going against the JVs, who's one of the players that you would say is kind of, I don't want to say the hardest to guard, but like people at Union should know, like, hey, this freshman sophomore, he's coming up.
He doesn't practice with us every time, but I do want to shout out freshman Isaac Goy.
Okay.
I don't know if you got his name yet, but you will one day. He's a special player and he works real hard. And sometimes I'm guarding him in practice, and he's gonna be great.
Yeah.
I love that. He says, I don't know if you know him, but you will one day. Mark it down
Yeah.
right now.
Isaac Coy, dog. coming from high standard too of Zeke here, man. And
something I wanted to
Yeah.
ask is what's a game you specifically are looking forward to this coming up season?
Right now I'm just trying to focus one game at a time. So tomorrow we're at Southeastern, so that's the most important game because most important one's the next one. So just focusing one at a
Awesome.
time.
Love it.
He's like, you ain't getting me with that one, Adam. I know. One game at a time.
Love
Undefeated
it.
each week.
That's awesome, man. And honestly, I want to ask you, you kind of talked about it a little bit there before, but what does it mean to just you personally to be a Union player and put that jersey on 2 nights a week and represent the Shermans?
It means a lot. It's something sometimes I find myself taking for granted, but I've always looked up to people playing, so kind of feels good to know that I'm what I used to look up to now. So I don't take it lightly. I just try and be a good example for the kids going through the school system playing basketball.
Hell yeah.
I think that's really important. There's been a couple people that came on that spoke that we said, who's your favorite NBA player? And they said, actually, there was a guy that was like 3 years ahead of me. I got to see him be really good, and I wanted to be like him. So you talking about setting an example and things like that, it's really important, and I appreciate that, man. Good stuff.
Now, I want to ask you, obviously we know you're out here killing it on the basketball court. What's something, though, that you're doing off the court in your free time to kind of get away from the game?
Just hanging out with my family, hanging out with my friends, my girlfriend. I just like chill time with them, the people that love me and the people that I love. It's just my favorite thing.
And
Hey,
what's on the TV then?
Yeah,
if
what-
you're
what-
chilling, what are you doing?
yeah, you
Listen to some
watching movies,
music.
watching TV, playing Xbox. What is it? What's your game of
I-
choice? Let's go with that. What's your game of choice?
Right now I'm watching Christmas movies, but when I'm playing the game, it's usually 2K.
Okay. Well, I will
I'll
have
tell
to
you
say-
right now, if you got a girl, you're not gonna stop watching Christmas movies.
Yeah.
for now until that doesn't change. But
Hey, what's your favorite Christmas movie right now? It's Christmas time. What's your favorite one?
I might have to say the Polar Express.
That is my absolute
Oh,
favorite.
I was about to say, if you say the Polar Express, I was going to go crazy.
Yeah, that's my absolute favorite. Tom Hanks just kills it in that, man.
Yeah. It's such. Sometimes though, it's just like, to me, it's like, what would you actually do if you're an 11-year-old kid and a train just kind of like came up and was like, we're going to the North Pole?
I probably wouldn't be coming to my house, dude. It probably wouldn't be coming to my house, dude.
I was like, I know it's the South Pole, buddy.
Yeah, they're not going to pick me up. I'm probably on the other list.
All right, well, hey, Zeke, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to talk with us. It's been an absolute pleasure to watch you on the court, and we wish you guys the best of luck going to Southeastern tomorrow.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the legendary Zeke Schobelock. What a great kid, man. That first quarter, he was not that nice. He was not letting the team know what he was cooking.
Oh, he was dogging him.
Dude. It was insane. It was like he would just. I mean, I was like, yeah. I think we were talking before the game. I was like, this kid's kind of a good shooter, and then he was just breaking ankles, taking it to the rack. Like, I think that night was a prime example of, man, like, you start inside and work your way out. You make the layups, like he said. You watch the ball go through the net, then you get that corner three. When he caught that, you knew as soon as he caught it, that's going in. I mean, it was insane.
I think what's really cool about it is
I didn't know you were asking a question.
I wasn't. You looked like I hate you.
it's a whole new setup now that you can see
I know,
each other.
right? Hey, this new setup's weird. I told you, like, I want to look at you guys. Doesn't bother me one bit. Do I need a mask to look better? Is this what?
I'll be honest, and I said I felt
I have the
weird
face for
about
radio.
him getting taken out of the game.
Yeah.
I feel semi-differently after the conversation. For him to be so quick on who he had to go cover and realize that it was their best player. So he's sitting there scoring points. He's sitting there scoring points being...
You can keep talking. I don't know why you yell.
You guys are doing all types of...
I don't know. Adam threw a pin at me.
Because he wasn't looking at Derek. Derek's waving at him, breaks his arm to wave.
I'm sorry, Tony. What were you saying?
Yes, sir.
Either way.
I love him. I'm sorry, buddy.
But yeah, I get what you're saying is, taking him out as a spectator, you're kind of like, well, that's kind of weird. Like, why would you take out the hot hand? But didn't realize, I guess, that whole game that he was guarding the other team's best player. Like, that is going to wear you out a little bit. Like, so I definitely get that on Hoopsin.
Maybe he was just on like a rotation cycle with him to where he's like,
Yeah.
hey, he comes out, you come out, get some breath.
Now, talking about rotations, though, I feel like that sometimes if you do like a strict rotation, kind of like what Calipari did with that group of five, or just swap 5 for 5. If a guy's hot and then you take him out, that could really, really screw with you. I feel like. What's your thoughts on it?
I mean, yeah, it could definitely cool you off for sure, especially if it's a guy like a J.R. Smith, who's somebody that's just really, really streaky.
Yeah. Well, talking about hot hands, there's somebody else on Friday night that had a very hot hand with 29 points himself, but don't just look at the offensive end, because this guy will get in your face, get in your shit, and guard you. The one and only Brody Clark.
How's it going?
Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you guys?
Hey, we're doing good over here. So I've wanted you on the show, honestly, since we saw you at the Classic. I have not seen somebody that really just not only works hard on defense, but like gets after people. Like,
just a motor.
Yes, like I'm gonna get in your
man.
face and your shit, and I'm gonna be here all night long. I gotta ask, like, is that just an attitude thing? Is it coaching? What makes you such a threat on the defensive end, man?
Man, I don't know. I just want to go out there and I want to get it. I just want to attack and I want to win. I want to do everything for my team.
Yeah, you take it personal. You take it personal as a defender that somebody's trying to score on you.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because like when I was in school, I mean, I wasn't dropping no 29 points like you. So let's get one thing straight. It was purely just defense. But like the one thing that Coach Shu would always tell me, he's like, hey man, like, yeah, you want to work hard, you want to play defense, but you want a little chatter in their ear. You want to piss them off and kind of get in their head. Is that something that you're kind of doing well, getting a little chatter?
Nah, I don't really talk.
Yeah, you let your points do.
He's got the Tim Duncan trash talk to where he's just like, oh, good job, you'll get him next time.
Yeah.
What impresses you most in football? Two-way players. These two-way players, like, when you can do both sides and you can come down and score on somebody, what's the most disrespect you could give them? To come down and then D them up.
Yeah.
Like, that is just the ability to do that is just.
As a player, I feel like you're kind of like, what the hell am I supposed to do? Like, I can't score and this guy's scoring.
I'm just saying you do it on both sides, so you're coming down dropping 29, but when you take it personal when somebody scores on you, I think it becomes a different thing. You let the play do the talking, but
we want to talk it seems like your whole team is just very defensive oriented. Is that something that you guys' new coach is kind of stressing this year, or is it just kind of like the players taking the onus? Like, hey, we want to be a defensive team.
I think it's just the players, honestly. I mean, every day at practice we go out there and we just get after it on the defensive end. You know, where it's a lot of talking, a lot of hustling, a lot of diving.
Yeah, and then
I mean, I'd say
so
it's more.
you're talking about the players too. Like you guys are kind of like stepping up and wanting to be good. With you being a senior, you guys kind of lost some last year. I know some good senior leadership. Then you have a new coach this year. What's it been like as a senior to kind of be the leader of like to get the rally the troops and start a new year with a new coach?
It's definitely exciting. I love it. I love the new coach. I love this team, and being able to guide these guys and lead them, and like push them is
Yeah.
very fun. And
So who was somebody that you kind of looked up to then as you're coming up through the basketball ranks? Who was like one of your favorite players in the NBA, maybe college, maybe somebody in your high school? Who was some of the basketball stars you're looking up to?
growing up, it was Victor Oladipo.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
I can
I
kind of
went
see
to
that.
I went to a Pacers game when I was little, and I got I would say like mid row, and I went down there and he signed my hat,
Oh, hell yeah.
and yeah,
So that's what
and
he played for the Pacers, though. I mean, that's just
We're
heartbreaking.
talking to a fellow Knicks fan here.
Yeah. Sorry, I had to.
All right, so
yeah,
Victor,
but we still.
sorry, keep going.
Oh, I'm sorry,
No, you
but
keep
we still
going.
text each other on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, Victor Oladipo, I got an up and close personal relationship with him. James Madison University, the college I was at the time, was playing Indiana in the first round. We were the 16th seed.
IU,
They were the
baby.
1. He was such a great all-around player. Without injury, I guarantee you he would be well looked at like a Paul George now.
I'm telling you,
You know what I mean?
in
He
college,
really had everything.
he has the greatest dunk that never happened. I think they're playing Michigan, and he's coming on an alley-oop, dude. And I mean, he full extends back, has it, and when he comes through, it was just too hard off the rim coming out, and I was like, "Jeez."
3 major injuries, and he's
Still
still
in the
a
league.
very serviceable player.
Yeah.
It's not even like just still in the league. I very much respect Victor Oladipo.
Hey, so
I wanted the Sixers to get him a long time ago too, but that's the
dude, I thought if he went anywhere but the Magic, he probably would have done a little bit better. I mean, Orlando's where your career goes to die for the NBA.
or start.
Or
unless you're
It's literally
Shaq.
like, oh, but
I'm gonna start here and then I'm gonna leave.
Yeah.
Now, if you had to choose to hang your hat on, are you gonna hang your hat on a defensive player or as an offensive player? Because like we said, you can definitely do it on both ends.
I'd probably hang my hat on the offensive end.
Yeah, I mean, 29 points. I would hang my hat on the offensive end as well. You were dialed in for 3 at that against Amanda Clear Creek, and then I don't know who you guys played the game after that, but I saw you had like 3 or 4 threes. Do you kind of consider yourself as an outside shooter, or how do you describe your offensive game?
Oh yeah, I mean, I feel like I could do both. I feel like I can shoot beyond the arc, and then I can drive and go mid range. I think I'm a 3-level scorer.
Hell yeah, man.
That's what you have to be. Too
Yeah.
many kids now watch the YouTube videos, want to step outside, have a way to get an open 3. It's respectable, man.
Yeah.
It really is. It's nice to see the hair down. Look at
I
that.
was
yeah,
gonna say,
I
I
love
was gonna
it.
say,
I
now that
love
we're going
that
through the
pig.
basketball, man, there's locks.
That Pantene flow.
I was about to say, I know
How
you
long
had
have you been growing it out?
Yeah.
I've been growing it out for a year.
A year?
Nice.
Damn, that's a lot for a year.
It's called a lion's mane, dude.
How-
Learn it.
How short was it whenever you started? Was it like straight
Oh, it
buzz
was-
cut?
Straight buzz.
Oh my God! In a year, it's past your shoulder. I'm out a year, and I'm barely even to my shoulder. So I will give you props because I didn't even start as a buzz cut. What made you want to grow the hair out?
Man, I don't know. I was just like, you know what? I had short hair. Might as well just go to long hair.
He was looking in the mirror. He goes, "Man, I know I'm looking good. You know, look better right now. This long ass hair." I'm telling you. Now, when you play, you prefer it in a bun? Like I see you do that with the headband, or do you just do the headband sometimes without the bun?
I mean, I used to use the headband because like little hairs would get out and get in
Yeah.
my face. That would
See,
just
now-
get annoying.
Speaking
Put
of
the
that, I
headband
think
on.
you need to get Joey Ray a headband because when we were watching him play, it looked like he had hair in his face constantly because his hair is just long enough to go like right in his eyes. I was like, man, that would just annoy the hell out of me.
Now, actually, speaking of Joey Ray, he had 21 against Paint Valley as well, and Brian Craig, he stepped up big. And then you guys have Gall. What's it like knowing, like, maybe if one night you're off, you know that these guys can step up and really produce some points for you?
I mean, our whole team could score.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at Jerry, he can score. Henry can score. Bryden, Craig, and Joe. I mean, they're all really good scorers, and I trust them to put the ball in the bucket.
Yeah. Now, I'm about to run off this damn couch right now.
The whole damn team.
Let's go. My team's a walking bucket. I just want you to know. Now, Adam asked Zeke earlier, like, hey, what's a game you guys have circled on the schedule? Is there a game that you guys kind of circled on your schedule right now? Like, yeah, one game at a time, but we're ready for this one.
Of course, Yoda's gonna be scheduled on there every year.
Oh yeah.
But I feel like this year, Circleville's circled on there 12.
Yeah, because that's a good team
That is
too.
a very good team.
That's
Watch
one of
them
your guys' big rivals over there. When is that game?
Oh, I don't know. I know it's after Christmas
It's after Christmas.
and before New Year in their holiday classic tournament.
All right. Well, we're gonna have to look into that one for sure because that's gonna be a good game.
I love when we can be
Now,
unbiased.
what's your favorite
We
classic
can roll
to
down
play
there
in?
and just be unbiased and just literally. Sorry, go.
No, so what's your favorite classic to play in? You're playing in the Holiday Classic. You got the Zane Trace Classic you guys played in.
I'm gonna have to go to the Circleville one. I think
Yeah.
I love playing there. I used to go to school there.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Oh my God, we gotta get to that game.
We do,
we
absolutely.
gotta get to that game.
Tasty.
All right, man. Hey, so we want to ask, what's you're going out there, you're dropping 30 on these teams' heads. What are you doing after the game? What are you doing to relax? You watching some shows? You playing some games? You eating some food? What's going on?
Yeah, I usually just grab something to eat after the game.
Yeah.
And
Where you
then-
going? Where you stopping? Number one
Canes.
place to stop.
Canes.
Canes. All right, Raising Canes. Get
Slap
some
sauce.
chicken. All right. Now, hey, what TV show you hooked on right now? Any shows? Any movies?
Wait, real
I
quick, are
haven't
you
been
a
watch-
double toast guy or do you get the slaw?
Oh, this is a very important question.
Oh, double toast.
Oh,
All right,
here we
okay,
go,
yeah,
double
all
toast.
right,
'Cause
good
why
job.
do they
Yeah,
even
you're
have
a real
slaw?
American.
Thank you.
But what are you doing to chill? You know, I mean, we're sitting here talking about what movies, what shows. What are you doing to wind down?
Man, I'm usually just sleeping. Sometimes I'll play a little bit of 2K.
Okay,
But-
got another 2K guy on here. Who's
not
your
much.
go-to team in 2K right now?
Right now it's probably I'd say the Bucks.
The Bucks.
I've been
What
annoying
era
my
are you
friend
starting your
out.
franchise in?
Yeah, they got that new franchise era. You started in today's. You started in 2010s, 2004s.
I'm starting right now. I'm
Right
just
now,
going right now.
makes sense. These are all good players right now. I would say that. Alrighty, well, hey, Brody, best of luck to you guys this year. We will definitely be keeping a hot eye on you guys because, again, undefeated right now. Only team in the league undefeated. So you guys can hang your hat on that right now.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, so ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, the legendary Brody Clark.
Don't cut that hair, brother. Keep it growing. Love the flow.
Pantene Flow V.
Dude, that guy is literally a walking bucket, and then will piss you off on the other end.
What's crazy is that
That's
he
my
was
whole
like,
thing.
He was
Yeah.
like, I like to look at myself more of an offensive guy. I was like, oh, you kill it on defense.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even,
I
you don't
was
even,
like,
like,
that's sad for everyone.
yeah, because
I see myself as an offensive player. Well, buddy.
I think he's one of the best defenders in the
Yeah,
league.
I was about to say, you're the
Like,
yeah.
whew.
Like
Dangerous, man.
if that guy was in my face, I would just give him the ball.
Yeah.
That's probably why I didn't get the ball on offense. But I would just be like, hey, dude, I don't want
Yeah,
this.
get
Like,
away from me.
You
Go on.
clearly want this ball a lot more.
Why
than
are
I
you
do.
guarding me? I'd ask him. I'd be like, well, why are you guarding me?
That's what I
There's
would-
everybody else on this team,
You see
guard
how-
one of them. They could score.
You see how there's 4,000 point scores over here than me? Like, what you should be on them. Like, I think one of my biggest flaws was when someone would actually guard me, I wouldn't know what to do because I'd be like, what are you doing? You shouldn't be over here. You should be away.
You should be giving me space, dude.
Yeah, don't you know I suck? Come on. No, but to go through the league, again, Uniota, they beat Adidas 61-43. Let's not forget, though, that second quarter, Adidas started to give him a run for the money. Again, playing at Uniota early in the year, it's a shell shock, dude.
It was either a 10. It was either a 12 to 8-point game, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
I want to say it was 10.
After being like
at
20,
half, yeah.
it was 24-4 at half. I'm pretty.
Yeah,
or at
yeah,
the end of the first
they
quarter.
came out in the second half, in the third quarter, and they got a quick bucket to make it 8 points.
Yeah.
You know.
So, again, I still think Adina is a team to be reckoned with in the SVC. I don't think that one loss defines them. Southeastern, they beat Huntington 46-36. And then Zane Trace, they beat Piketon 47-33. So they are still undefeated in the league. People are sleeping on them. Landon Gerald goes out and gets 19 with his Brock getting 10. Brent McGuire 12, and Davis there had 9. So I don't know what to think too much really right now about these red streaks.
I think it's early in the season.
Yeah,
You know, it's still a little too early to have an opinion really one way or the other.
Yeah, I think Uniota.
It's got to be tough when you got a guy like Brent McGuire, who was a good player with some other players around him last year. When you're trying to shut him down, when you hear that he only has, sub 15 points, right around that, you got to think that they just have to be shutting him down. I mean, like, he led in multiple categories, even charges taken last year.
And, because they come out and they beat Piketon. They beat them 63-51 on they beat Lucasville Valley. That's what I meant to say.
I was saying Piketon beat Piketon?
Yeah, dude, it was insane. Piketon, yeah, and the Stars played the bench. It was, but anyways, they beat Lucasville Valley, handled them pretty good, and they've beaten some good teams, but they've kind of been tested here in the SVC play. So I feel like, and they lose to a good Eastern team after, again, a double overtime game with Western, and everybody knows how good Western is. I went 84-83, so they're right there. I just think they're not seasoned yet for the season. You know what I mean? I think later in the year, after this team's played together.
That's the biggest thing that I see with this Paint Valley team. A lot of people are kind of, counting them out. I think that once they've gotten some varsity minutes for a lot of their guys, once they're in that mid-season swing, I think that, teams like Piketon and Paint Valley are going to be dangerous teams.
Now, Zane Trace Westfall, man, that is going to be a game.
So you're looking at it, and it's a lot of great players left last year.
Yeah.
But the thing is, what's left behind is a ton of really good players.
Yeah.
And it seems like the teams
And
that
the
are going to
matchups.
have experience. And
So you got to
things
think
like that,
Carter Langley's going to be down there on Jeremiah, and then you got Brody Clark and Gerald, and then you got Ray and the other Gerald. So it's really going to be.
I believe you're going to have Landon Robinson probably matching up with is it Gall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I was about to say. It's going to be somebody
I look
like
forward
that.
to that matchup.
I think it's going to
honestly.
be a Robinson or a Gall stepping up, or one of these. I don't want to say X factors because they're a big factor in every game, but I feel like in this specific game, they're really going to have to raise their level.
it's going to be the exact definition of who can actually play both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
Like, I think there's going to be nobody's going to be shut down or anything like that, but it's going to be interesting to see, like, who's really about that life.
Yeah. And I will tell you, Brody Clark really seems about that life because we talked to Landon last week. That kid's going to put the ball in the hole and he can guard you. I just worry. Can that whole team?
Dude, that's going to be another great matchup, dude. I mean,
Yeah.
that's going to be a really, really good game.
Yeah. I say we might need to be at that one. But that's my problem, man. I love basketball. So I just want to be at every single game, man. I think that's what's so amazing about basketball season, dude, is that, like, you take Huntington and Piketon, and they play against Westfall, Zane Trace, or Adina. I mean, I don't think it's going to be too terrible of a game. Like, it can still kind of go neck and neck. I feel like the league from 1 to 8 is not as big of a gap as it has been in the years past.
Well, I think it's I don't want to say the lack of superstars,
Yeah.
but, like, in previous years, there was always that guy, that
Yeah.
guy, that guy.
I feel like
that
there's
guy.
a bunch of great units
That's
this
what
year.
I mean. There's a bunch of great units and a bunch of great players. Like,
Yeah.
There's great units. It's just because top to bottom, there's multiple players, and that's why when you look at Zane Trace and Westfall, they have a lot of returning players. It may not be the guy for that team, but a bunch of guys that did a lot last year.
Now,
a bunch of guys that are going to be the guy, a game here or a game there, and that's all you really need.
I'll put you on the spot. Who do you have as your way, way, way too early player of the year?
That is almost unfair.
Yeah, that's really unfair, Clay. That's a jerk move.
It is.
How about we turn the tables on him? Yeah, you go first.
Me first? Yeah, that was a dick move.
Yeah. Yeah, how's it feel?
Well, it's difficult because even if you go through like the SVC and just really look on a game-to-game basis.
Because as soon as you say somebody else, you instantly think of somebody else that could.
But I also don't want to be like those wackos from the NFL who's just like, oh, 2 games make me impressed by this player.
Yeah.
Dak Prescott, he's the MVP, comes out dud. Let's be honest. Let's look at a large sample size.
Yeah.
But it's difficult because you don't have a Xander Ream. You don't have these types of players where you can just be like, well, obviously him.
I'll say right now, not going best. We'll take out best player in the league right now. The player that I think really kind of, I don't want to say shocked me, but I wasn't on my radar for no specific reason, was Ray, man. Joey Ray,
yep.
He really he has come out this year on fire. He really stood in that Amanda Clearkey game we were at. I mean, every single time that you're going through the scorebook, you're seeing his name and double-digit figures right next to it. So I think he's.
I got one for you, Clay. Player of the year, Milli Vanilli for Uniota.
Well, yeah.
I think she's going to be player of the year. It's the easiest one I can
Good
get.
transition over to girls, though. Speaking of Milli Vanilli and the Uniota girls, you see what they did over the weekend.
Yeah.
Dublin Kaufman?
Huge win.
Wow. They came out and, listen, they probably should have beat Wayne early in the year. They had a lot, like we talked about, they had a lot of turnovers that game. It was like, what, their second game of the year, I think, second or third. So, what have you. But they come out and beat Dublin Kaufman the way they did. They beat him pretty handily. I want to say it was a double-digit win. They are serious contention of at least making a Final Four, if not winning.
They're definitely in the conversation of state contenders.
I mean, how do you look at this team and say that's not a state championship team? I mean, and they're young. That's the scary, bro. That's the scariest part is how young this team. They're all a bunch of sophomores.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Isn't Millie a sophomore? Like,
yeah,
that's crazy. Just
and they gotta. I think what maybe kind of gets overlooked is the seniors being able to be like, hey, listen.
Yeah.
Look, we talked about being able to shut down this player or stop this player, and it's like we had spoken on how there's a differentiation between like their game-to-game basis or averages, or there's not one leading scorer, or this person will have 6 assists one night and none the next night, but have more points. There's no, especially when you're talking about like an Adina Uniota matchup, it's very difficult because it just takes one of them. Whereas you have to game plan for specific people, but Uniota, it's a plethora. So you can really do it any way you want to, and all it takes
truly
is
just gifted out there with just amazing basketball players.
And it's not even on the offensive end. I mean, there's girls on that team that be like, I just want to lock people down.
But if you have 4 to 5 players, we'll say 3 to 4 players that on any given night can go off. If those other 3 are willing to put in the dirty work while that person's having a night, that's an unbeatable team. Like when you talk about like where your ceiling is, it's right
again beat
there.
Dublin Coughlin 58-44. So let's just take a stroll real quick, okay?
I don't want to get up.
Yeah,
70. I'm not going to say team names. I'm just going to say final scores.
Are we walking?
75-32. Uniota won this game. 68-10, 74-36, 73-36, 78-11, 79-38, 72-37, and then 58-44. They are not just beating teams. They are dismantling teams.
Yeah.
I want to know, what do you say as a coach? I don't know what the hell I would say in that halftime.
Well, I can tell you what, my coach said my freshman year when we lost to Joe Burrow. So we were playing JV, and for whatever reason, he decided, hey, I want to be a fucking JV player this time. We lost like 65-0, and our coach just said,
Number 1.
Yeah, our coach just said he beat you by 65.
Yeah.
Hit the showers.
65 on your head.
He said they hung 65 on you. Hit the showers.
Like, I don't.
I blame that on Derek though, because he distracted me.
No,
He distracted me, dude. He was doing his little stand
Let's
over
cut
there.
the crap and literally say that they have an elite.
They have an all-star team.
And
They are the all-star
Getting
team.
beat that
none
bad, you
of
just
them,
wanna- you
and
just
none
use
of
the
them
will
are
to live.
selfish.
But
like that's my thing.
this needs to be said. This needs to be said. Hold on. I want to look this up too because we're rounding off their scores, right? Let's go to Huntington win the game 58-38. And actually never mind. I don't think they've played Union yet.
What's he talking about?
I don't
All
know.
these other girls teams like Huntington, they beat a team 56-19. Southeastern's beating teams 41-19. Paint Valley beat Western, I'll say that, by like 71-11 or 68-11. Okay? And Union is beating these teams. So what
was the Union Paint Valley score?
Don't do that.
It's
It
public knowledge.
Yeah, it was
No,
You can look it up on
68
SBC.
to 10.
Yeah, it was.
But
and
like
they
I
beat
said-
somebody.
no, I saw it. I knew it.
Hold on. But like I said, Paint Valley beat Western 68
yeah,
to 10.
like that's what I'm saying. Like it's
Like that's a team that can score the ball. That's a good team. That's a good
they're
coach.
not a bad team.
Say-
Yeah.
We had a whole conversation about how Uniota can lock up Adina and different things like that. I'm not trying.
Coach
there's no
Coach
bias
Norman.
here.
Coach
It's
Norman's a
just
great coach out
they
there at Paint
have-
Valley, and like Coach Urick at Huntington is a great coach, but Adina when they had Emma was kind of like this. I mean, they were embarrassing teams, and then Huntington hung around with them for most of the game. I mean, Emma got hurt at the end, so again, T's and P's to Emma. Hopefully that she's getting okay. Cause you hate to see people getting hurt, man, but especially when it's one of the best players in the league. That really sucks.
One of the coolest people.
I mean, again, player of the year last year. Just got hurt.
I don't care about accolades, man. She was on the show and she was cool.
She was my homie. That's my quarterback.
You come
That's
on
my
the show and you're
quarterback.
cool.
But yeah, man, what Union is doing right now is absolutely historical. Yeah. It needs to be said. This is historical. Like SVC fans, don't be pissed off. Just admire. Like, hey, I got to watch this team. Like,
Yeah.
this is coming
You
from
can
Paint
do whatever
Valley.
you want to do.
No.
If you don't feel like you have to
Do
choose
not
that,
hate on this
you don't
team.
have
Do you
to choose
think you think the people in the Olympics that lost to the Dream Team hated the Dream Team? Sure.
Yeah.
But they loved that they got to play against them.
Yeah. I'm telling you. Well, I played against Uniota in the middle of the streak. Did I hate them every single time I played them? Yes. But looking back on it, man, I'm just kind of glad that I got to be in the league with that kind of talent. What do you give me a for?
No.
What's-
If you
okay.
hate him, you hate him.
Okay.
Okay, period.
Okay.
You can't like nothing about him.
Can't
If you got beef with him, you can't like nothing
My
about
rival's
him.
never been good enough to hate like that, but I still hate them.
Who is it?
Boston, they suck.
Oh,
Everything. In everything.
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 Yeah, everything. I'm picking my player of the year, Garrett Brown. Vinton County player.
Everything.
poor Wellston.
Everything. Hey, they were at ESPN though. They got that nice hookup for the football
You know why?
because it was so bad that
No,
ESPN
it was a
came in.
Jalen. It was and they did it because they had this 5-star recruit going to Northwestern from Vinton County.
Water source? Like what the hell?
What? Are you talking about
Wellston? What is it? It's probably well
Hey.
in the middle of nowhere.
One good thing's come from Wellston. Ski. Right?
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, got it alive on there. Sorry.
I don't even know if it came from. I know there was a bottling company down there.
So maybe they just
Is
made
this the
bottles
same
for
ski from the song All Ski
Ski
Ski?
Ski?
Got that?
Yeah. Same
Yeah,
ski.
yeah.
They
That's
actually
what-
drank
I
a
don't know
ski.
if I've ever heard
Listen,
that
they drank a
song.
ski one time. They're like, oh, ski. Oh, that should be in a song.
Well done.
And look, maybe so. Ski actually should be getting paid off this song.
So it actually was made from Austin. I knew the whole time. I was
Right,
just-
uh-huh.
I was just trying to withhold. Yeah, because they used to say it was Lake Elmo water.
What were you guys talking
Lake Elmo.
about? Would you ever?
Alma.
All right, let's get to our favorite segment.
Would you ever rather?
Would you ever rather? Would you rather? Our next segment of the show. Tony is ready to get to it, so it is time to be here. Ba-dum-bum. That's our new music to go into that segment. All righty. So first, would you rather? Would you rather? Superpower. Would you rather be able to read minds or see in the future?
Read minds.
Why are you going to read minds?
I'm going to read minds.
So hold on. How far into the future am I allowed
as
to
much
see?
as you want. Who cares? I don't even know. It's like, dude, as much as you want, the more you know, the worse it's going to be or whatever. You'll see the end eventually.
Yeah. You come up with your imagination.
I'm a philosophicator. So, honestly, I think I go read minds because you can still be in the moment. You could probably just like let it go if you want to and just let it be blurred noise, or just completely excel at every situation you're in and not have to worry about the internal damnation of whatever the hell is going to happen. It could be like the future sucks balls. The thing is, even if the future is great, what do you get to see the future for like 80 billion years? Then you just know something's going to happen. I don't know.
I am seeing the future and getting rich as shit. Putting a parlay together with all the champions
until
next
he's
year.
Depressed because he's just like, nothing matters. Because
let me wipe this with my Benjamins with all this amazing money. I am going to be Biff from Back to the Future. I am going to go to the future. I'm going to steal a sports almanac, and this podcast is really going to take off, let me tell you. This podcast is going to be the richest podcast of all time. Adam, what are you going with?
I feel like I'm going to have to go with read minds. I feel like that's going to be something I can use to my
See, I feel like that can definitely suck sometimes.
Yeah. Well, like, if I can just turn it off, but like, I don't know. It's just I'm gonna
so
be
how
able to use that.
How would that work?
everyday
You just walk by somebody and just know what they're saying. And
so like, I feel like it's more of like you have to acknowledge it, even
You'd
if everybody's
like
it's just like visuals. If I'm looking at you, there's a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, like. Me just doing it, not gonna be able to read.
If I'm looking at you, there's a bunch of visual stuff
you
going
can't.
on.
The most important thing about it is the look. You can't just be like.
You gotta have the eye up.
Yeah. You look like that guy that his face is plastered on billboards all around Cleveland. I don't know who his name is. That's the best I can give you. All right, so let's go into our next one. Would you rather never sleep again? Tony, you have doctor handwriting. What is
never sleep again, or only like? Wait, no, I don't know that one. I know the other one.
All right, would you rather sleep for...
No, never eat again or never have to eat again.
No, it's never have to eat again or never have to sleep
Adam,
again.
you just said, would you rather never eat again?
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
The
question is...
Would you rather have to sleep again or eat again? I'm going with sleep because sometimes I do... Wait. Time out. Backtrack. I can still eat. I just don't have to? Because I feel like I already do that. I eat a lot of times when I don't have to.
Yeah.
I'm not sleeping.
Yeah, for me, I'm gonna have to say no sleep because if I'm gonna actively choose to eat stuff because food is good, I do like it. I love eating pizza. Like it's just.
But
delicious.
it's like, dude, I could eat an entire pizza and go work out in the 12 hours I have.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So like, I'm
no.
Pick
Listen,
to eat.
it is not time that is holding us back right now from working out.
So I'll tell you this. If you could tell me that I get to eat old pie and in the 12 hours that I'm bored AF, that I'm not.
Like, that was thing is like, he said.
I'll do something.
I don't. Imagine if anything, you'll gain weight because you have more time in the day
14 hours of daylight.
My thing is,
imagine how bored you'd be at night when you couldn't even roll to your
I would
boy's
still
house and
want
say what
to.
up.
Like there'd still be times I'd be like, that look like
Yeah,
I know
100%.
my taste is still there. I can still taste, so I would still choose to eat. So might as well just choose not to sleep, so that way I can just have to eat like normal.
All right, next.
I think I'm gonna go with. Well, hold on. Because if I go with the not eat, could I possibly lose weight because I don't ever go... Wait, do I still go hungry?
It doesn't even matter.
Yes, it does.
No, it's like,
because
if you don't have to eat, then you can just eat whatever you want or something, and you got like plenty of time and money because you got to think. If you're like, hey, I really don't feel like buying groceries this week, trying, you don't have to. Save yourself some money. But it's also like, you're not.
I think I'm going to go with the no sleep, just solely 100% so I can play more video games.
Yeah.
That is a 27-year-old answer, and that's the answer I'm
American
going to give.
Dad did this where Stan had no sleep pills to where he did a whole bunch of stuff at night. Hit me time at nighttime.
Everybody,
time during the day.
I would not be productive. I would just play video games. All right. Last one. There was one on here, and I don't think it's
Learn how to read.
Learn how to write. What is your W? Look like an R up, like on his back. It looked like a lowercase R got pushed over. That is his W. Like, I know.
It is. It's funny because it's true.
All I can see is have a reminder or pass on life. So would you rather have a reminder or would you rather pass on life?
Oh, rewind or pause.
What the hell? That is not what that says. Okay.
So-
Would you rather be able to rewind life or pause life?
Now,
Click style.
Well, if it's click style, when you rewind, you just have to watch your memories over. You don't get to relive them.
Well, then
No,
not
no.
click
It's
style.
rewind or pause. I don't know what that. No.
So,
so you get it's basically relive or wait, what? So pause.
You get the memory. Yeah.
Okay, so if you relive it, you go back, you can do it all over again. Pause means that you can pause, go into a bank, steal all the money, walk out.
So I could place a parlay, see what happens, rewind, and place the same parlay with winning teams.
Yes.
Yes.
Either way, it sounds like we're getting paid.
Well, that's what would you rather's are. How do you make money out of this?
Yeah. Me personally, I'm gonna have to go rewind.
It's so true. That's what would you rather are. Where do I get more money and more freedom?
I'm going rewind.
America, that's where you get it.
Now, why you go rewind?
Well, I'm going to rewind so I can, relive important events.
How
family-
far are we allowed to
family people.
rewind? Like, is it just like, hey, this just like?
Oh, there's no limit on it. I'm going back.
Oh, okay.
So they say.
So you better give that remote to your kid,
That sucks.
and only have kids when you're
So
like
the
80.
stipulations were Derek says when you get your power is when you can rewind to. Nothing before that.
I mean, I understand the rule, but that's just
I don't. I'm just saying,
man. I don't like it. I'm gonna have to go with. I'll do pauses then.
You do pauses.
Yeah,
think
'cause
I'll
if I
still
get the
take the-
remote right now, I don't want to rewind back.
Hey, we want to rewind
I
back
want
to
to rewind back to when my life sucked. No, I'll just go pause from here on out.
my God.
I want a 13-year-old come up.
I want to go back and see my grandma.
It's like the worst day of your life. So goes up, he says, "Here's his remote. If you want to relive this,
Thanks,
day."
buddy.
No, what'd be even worse is if you could only rewind and live that day. So worst day of your life. Hey, buddy, I got this remote for you. You can relive this day whenever you want. I'm gonna go with pause because
Yeah,
if
that's
someone
what
was
I'm
about
doing
to
now,
shoot me, I feel like I could just pause and shoot them.
Now, do you have? Is it a remote that you have that we're pressing a button on?
Yeah, wait, hold on. If it's a remote, that's not gonna work. I ain't pressing that pause button in time because I probably already lost the remote. That's.
The pause is.
I better
weak.
get an air tag for
The
this
pause
thing.
is weak sauce. It just really is.
It is.
The rewind to be able to fix errors and different things, even if it's 35 seconds.
So we're going with rewind just for your.
If it's rewind 30 seconds,
okay, hold on.
I would take that over pause. Just because pause, you can get all these things, but man, I feel like I still want to be able to live life just a little bit. Whereas pause, if you want your stuff, you got to do weird stuff while it's paused. You can go to somebody's house and be like, I have this diamond now.
Yeah, because people just have diamonds chilling in
No,
there.
you go take a wedding. It's pause. You roll down to Florida. You steal a wedding ring. Come back
How
to
long is it
Pennsylvania. As long as
Are
you
you
want.
leaving people
If
pause
you get
for
pause,
a week?
no, it's pause as long as you want. You said rob a bank. Jeez, how long you need for that?
30 minutes.
Clay be there with a DeWalt drill 37 years later.
Oh yeah, you pause it and then lose the remote. Like
That
Derek
would be,
said.
you would just be trapped in hell at
Yeah.
that point. You just surrounded. Imagine. Oh my God.
You can't
That'd
even
be kind of funny though to walk around and see how people got paused, on Earth. Tony, did Tony just die? Oh, Tony has to pee.
Hello.
We should really get a toilet under the table for you, Tony.
Did you see the other route? The other route was
So yeah, I'm definitely gonna go with rewind.
I feel
Wait,
like-
hold on. Yeah.
See,
When did someone give me the remote? That's what
Yeah,
I
I
need
know.
to
That's what Derek ruined this whole thing for me with
When did
that.
I receive this? Okay, hold on. So we'll do 2. If you get the remote when you're 20, how old are we now? 27?
I'm 26.
Let's say someone gives you the remote when you're 22. Are you doing the rewind?
Nobody likes you when you're 22.
22. Because if I say 10, give me that damn remote.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. I'll take that. As, you give me like.
Now, what if it's just you get a rewind? Like, say you're at the Minnesota Miracle, and really the only thing you can do is rewind and, like, say you're at the stadium. You can rewind and live it again because it was so awesome. Say that was the only power.
Like that was what I was saying is like if we do it click style, I wouldn't mind to like just not be able to live and remake the mistake. Just like go back and watch what happened.
Yeah.
Because like at that point, I feel like that would. I'd like that.
I think I'm
but
going with the rewind.
Yeah.
I think I'm going with the
Probably
rewind.
going with
When did
rewind.
I get this damn remote, Derek?
Yeah. Even if Tony said, even if it's like 30 seconds, because it's like, oh, I shouldn't have said that. Rewind. There we go. Let me re-say that. It's like,
Redo.
Yeah.
This is not good. Alrighty, let's get to something that is good. College basketball. It has been steaming here lately. Now, do you think Purdue's winning it all?
I mean,
I don't think so because
I don't-
Purdue
I-
chokes in the tournament.
that's the
every
thing.
year.
It's so hard to say winning it all in the NCAA because
The tournament.
when it comes to March, it's madness, baby.
Literally. Oh my god.
Yeah, when you guys close the door, it doesn't work like that.
It doesn't work like I hate Tony so much. Alrighty. Well, when Tony gets back in here, we will do our draft. Oh, thank you for joining us again. Yeah, you have to put him on the outside since he pees a lot.
Well, I just like this to where we have to move down.
Got an old man bladder.
Old man bladder?
That's what happens when you have children's.
I'm 42.
No, you're not.
Yeah, he is.
No, you're not.
Look at his license.
No, you're not.
Look at that salt and pepper. You think?
37.
Now, when you do your signature, do you actually do like cursive or is it just like a blah blah?
Do I don't even know if I want to say this on air. Do you know what my signature actually is?
Abe Lincoln.
It's Chet F. Stedman. It's
Someone
on my
told me that.
it's on my driver's license and everything because it was my alter ego in college and I didn't have a signature when I got there. So I got to college and you had to sign stuff. They said put your signature here. And my alter ego for like RAs, if somebody came up to you and said, "What's your name?" I'd be like Chet Stedman. And they'd write it down in their little book and then walk away.
Real quick, I just want to say, Derek, can you zoom in on this sticker right here? This one down here in the bottom.
Sexy.
Just
This is
absolute
from
amazing.
The KT Kenneth Corcoran.
We put it on the first time too.
Yeah. This is the sticker version of the SVC logos.
Yeah, just it's a hollow, so you see it. Beautiful sticker. Sorry, I was just
Yes.
catching my eye, and I had to say something
Absolutely.
Oh,
about
dude,
it.
He's the
KT
best.
again was kind of talking
You
about.
also made this up.
Yeah,
here,
made
did you not?
the Jerry Garcia. Give it to my dad. Oh, speaking of my dad, special guest appearance today. My dad. There you go. Hi, Dad.
Welcome on, Bob.
Yeah. Woo. You told me that KT was kind of talking about my dad. My dad coached a lot of people. Listen, hold on. Before we get to this, the greatest coaching moment probably of all time was from my dad. So he is coaching I want to say it was the 8th grade football boys, and this was probably around like 2009, 2010. And what are you looking at? You just keep looking at it laughing.
We're holding hands.
I hate you. No, but anyways, he's coaching the 8th grade boys football team over there at Yoda, and he said, "Hey, we started off 2-0, and now we've lost 3. They're like 2-3. They're like, hey, we're on a little losing streak. We're not coming out strong enough. We're not coming out with energy." So what does my dad do? He went and bought 3 cases of Red Bull and told them as they're about to run out of the field, "Let's choke these and let's go out there on fire." They lost 42-0. It was not a close game.
Just overplaying everything.
Can you imagine? You're
Just
sitting
all
there.
jacked up, dude. Just
It was a zone defense. What is this, basketball?
It's
Yes.
not man to man.
Can you imagine though? Because my dad would do the thing, he would stand outside the locker room to try build suspense before he'd go and talk to the team. So could you imagine you're in there like, guys, we got to get our mind right. We got to do this, blah, blah, blah. Coach comes in, you got to chug these Red Bulls. I'll tell you what's really going to get you going. Red Bull. Listen, this is what we're going to do. We're going to chug these Red Bulls. It gives you I imagine my dad watching TV, and the coach said it gives you wings. He goes, well, I'll be damned. They can't stop us if we're flying through the air. So he's like, look, they give you wings. We're going to hand the ball off. You're just going to fly the end zone. We'll be good.
So this just in. I just heard that you drink this drink, you get wings.
Wings.
Let's test it.
We got to try it out.
Have you
We're
not
all
seen the
drinking.
commercials?
The commercials don't lie. That's
Yeah,
illegal,
what I'm
right?
saying. Yeah, it's illegal.
How many licks does it take to get the center of a Tootsie Pop? More than 3.
I don't think
by
that's
the
a
commercial.
possible feat. Because
Probably
you'd have
not.
to just lick one side of it the whole time.
I'm tired of this conspiracy. The easiest reason is because nobody can lick it 3 times and not just bite it. Like, nobody wants to.
Do you ever just bite it and never lick it?
No, I enjoy my teeth.
I definitely do.
I've done it once or twice. It is not fun.
At Halloween. Oh, what do you.
You don't like biting it?
No. I'm talking about like you don't lick it or suck on it for a second. You just
No, you've never done this. So with blow pop specifically too, I'll bite it and get to where there's a small candy shell around the gum, and that's when I proceed to treat it like a lollipop.
That sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
There's not.
No, it's not. You got to realize my son had a lot of Halloween candy, and he's 2, and he couldn't have blow pops. I had 10.
Wait, so what was your favorite candy? Then whenever you're going on Halloween, what was like? I gotta get this candy.
Reese's Pieces.
Reese's.
I think mine was like either Starburst or Skittles. I'd probably say Starburst.
Honestly, it was those little Twizzlers, like the littler ones. Those are the best Twizzlers in the world.
Oh yeah, the
The
like,
little fun size ones.
mhm,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they,
like
they weren't
50
like
of
super hard. They were like kind of like soft.
Yeah.
They're the ones that you can like peel.
Mhm.
And dude, that was
What,
so
are you talking
awesome.
about like the ones with like the strings
Like the
where you
cherry
peel the
ones?
whole string off?
Yeah.
I like those ones a lot too. I was
Yeah.
talking about the mini ones
those
that are
ones
just like
suck.
straight little straws.
Those ones taste like crap.
No, they don't.
Stop lying.
I like them.
I love those ones.
No, those
They're
are like
cherry.
okay at best. The regular Twizzler, the
Yeah, the
traditional
OG Twizzlers. Yeah, like
Oh,
the
yeah,
black
no,
licorice.
don't hear what we're not saying. I'm
Yeah.
just
Nah, the black licorice ones are the worst ones. In the
now
world.
milk duds, yay or nay? I love them.
Nay.
I'm a big milk dud guy.
See,
Yeah. You look
again,
like
you
a
just
milk dud.
you have to know how to handle each candy. You can't go in there and treat it the same way. With a milk dud, you got to suck on a little
Well,
bit.
you
let it-
guys like Whoppers? Because Whopper, I feel like is another one you gotta suck on a little bit.
It's
and
an
that's
allergy.
just gets-
Cheeseburger, dude. I'm just kidding.
No, like the Whopper.
I know.
The little chocolate balls.
I do love those.
I'm not a fan. I like the chocolate. I just don't. I'm not a fan of the inside of them.
The malt,
It's like the best part. That's
It's
that's
just-
what
it's like
differentiate between
crunch.
Yeah.
see, I love crunchy foods.
No, I like it if it's like in a Kit Kat, the wafer inside.
Step back in the Kit Kat. All right, speaking of good foods, I think it's time to get to our draft. What do you say? All right, so Christmas. Now, Christmas is next Monday, so we won't have.
What do you say?
That's what he said. Now, Christmas is next Monday, so we won't probably be doing a show next Monday because, we're not animals. But, yeah, so we will be doing our Christmas draft today. So we're going to be drafting our best Christmas day. So we'll be drafting our food. I am never letting you write. He said, all we need.
We should
is
do it every
pen
time.
and paper.
I know. I was like, we got phones.
All we need is
great.
a pen and paper so
This
I
is
can write
even-
this down
this is-
terribly.
This is even better.
Okay, well, we are drafting our best food, whatever gift we be getting, a song in the background,
Movie.
the Christmas Day game. Oh, that's what that word says. And movie.
You're drafting your best Christmas movie,
Yep.
your favorite Christmas song, your favorite thing to eat on Christmas, your favorite day game, which can be football
Yes,
and
because-
basketball.
Yeah, because they have them both now. Alrighty, so Adam,
And then something else. There was
you are first on the clock. Again, we're doing food, movie, game,
Put your
gift,
phones
song.
down. What are you
Well, I got to keep track of this because somebody...
Oh, you got to type it. Yeah.
Give me ham.
Ham, I hate you. I really didn't think you'd take that.
All the ham. Every bit of it.
Am I
Honey,
next?
Smoked.
Am I next?
No.
That's dumb.
I'm going to go with movie, and I'm watching The Grinch because I don't want to lose that one. All right, Tony, you're up.
I don't know what you'll
You
pivot
have
to for food.
two back-to-back picks here.
But I'm not losing lasagna for the food. because people go pasta.
I promise you probably wouldn't have.
Yeah, I
that's
promise you.
Totally. I don't care about your picks. Okay.
All right, now you got another one. You got movie, game, gift, and song. Why are you going lasagna on Christmas? Is that like a thing?
So people are so
He's
tired.
Italian, dude.
No, and also, well, when we have
That's
the
racist.
we have the
It is. I'm
we
sorry.
have the Feast of the Seven Fishes. That's what we do. But
There's a movie about that. There's
You say the pizza of 7 fish?
No.
Feast of the Seven Fishes.
Oh.
There's a new movie that kind of revolves around that a little bit right now.
All right, so
I'm not on that website, buddy.
No, it's like on Netflix.
you gotta pick
Yeah.
movie, game, gift, and song. What are you picking?
Game? Oh yeah.
Jeez, Louise.
You did the list.
This show's
Song?
awesome.
Song? I am gonna go.
Banger.
Man. No, I know there. It's between two, but what I will say is I'll go out on a limb and say Elton John, Ed Sheeran.
Yeah.
Someday at Christmas or something.
Oh my god. Maybe save the song for last.
No, I really like.
This is an absolute banger. Hold on, I don't know what the hell it's called.
All right, I'll go.
When you went Elton John and Ed Sheeran, I was immediately lost.
Home Alone
For your movie?
1.
Home Alone soundtrack. All right, Home Alone.
Merry Christmas.
One.
is what it's
All
called.
right.
I'll get it back later. I'm sure somebody will.
For my game. So you're saying we can go NFL too?
See, for
So-
me, I'm picking a certain game that happened a certain year.
Right.
I'm
So we're not just
rewatching
doing
that.
Christmas
But-
Day NBA.
But you can. Okay, so when Christmas falls,
Might happen on Christmas.
True. Because if so, I'm definitely going NFL.
Yeah. What do you want?
All right, I'm going to go with Browns. Who would I want them to play on Christmas?
Somebody stupid.
I'm going, nah.
Don't make it a division
Browns.
rival.
Did you say the Browns versus the Browns?
Well, you could go.
I'm going to go with the Browns versus, I'm going Browns versus Colts.
I like that.
Because wherever that's at, I can be there.
See, I was gonna say Stillers because you could go with the Elfie on the
No,
field,
but
put
you
a
know
bag
what
of
the division
Christmas
rival
presents
stuff.
on
You
them.
want a good holiday. You don't need all that negative juju.
I want to do Browns versus Colts, but I want to go back to the what year was it? I want to say that was 2008 or 2009 with Derek Anderson. That Browns team, so that way it's a good Browns team versus Peyton Manning. Will they win? Probably not. But will I get to see Peyton Manning? Hell yeah.
Saw them both in. Saw Tom Brady and Peyton Manning both in preseason games.
I really thought you were going to say prison. I was like, where is this going? All right,
Didn't
Adam.
go to prison.
You got
Don't
ham
thank
as your food. You have 2 picks. Where are you going with?
So I'm gonna go with my holiday game. I'm gonna go with the 2011-2012 Christmas game. New York Knicks, Boston Celtics. Knicks won 106 to 104.
Nice.
It was a great game. Loved it. Second pick, probably gonna have to go Polar Express.
Knew that was coming. I
Yeah.
definitely thought you were going to go with that number 1 overall.
Well, I was gonna wait because I didn't think either of you guys were gonna pick it.
I
really do
almost
like it.
after he took
And do you
ham,
know there's a
I
lot of
almost took
haters?
Polar Express out of spite.
There's a
Not gonna
lot
lie.
of haters on Polar Express.
Yeah.
I just don't get it. I don't get the hate.
Oh, I thought you were about to say you don't get Polar Express.
You've never seen it?
Wait, what? Well,
Oh,
that's gonna
well,
change.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember whenever Polar Express
pal.
came out, bro. They packed up. They packed up. I was gonna say they packed up my whole first grade and took us to movies to watch it. But I think that's just called a field trip.
Yeah.
So
They kidnapped us out of school. The teachers.
the teacher said, "Get on the bus. Get on." Alrighty. So back to me then. I'll have to go with my food. This is not Christmas food. I'm just going to go with something I really like. It is going to go with the Rose con Pollo from Los Mariachis because that shit is banging, dude. So, yeah, that's going to be my food. Tony, you're on the clock. Tony with lasagna, okay? I'm going to go with mine, too. It's good.
Earlier,
it's just chicken,
we were talking
rice,
about
and cheese.
possibly adding like a somewhere you would go on Christmas.
Los is probably that.
Yeah,
place.
I would say for me, I like going to the movies on Christmas.
Movies are open on Christmas?
Yeah.
Well, hell yeah.
A lot of people, like, a lot of
Everybody
movies come out on
night.
Christmas.
They drop bangers on Christmas.
Yeah, they do drop bangers on Christmas.
That's true. All right, Tony, you got 2 picks. You have your movie as Home Alone 1 and your food as lasagna. You got your game, your gift, and your song.
Gift. One time I won a remote control car and I was like the saltiest spittoon on the planet when I didn't get it under the tree. And they were like, go check in your bedroom.
Dude, I hated when my parents did that, dude.
And then I roll in there and I find it. And then I'm sitting there and I'm like, yeah, it's really cool. I got it. How did you get in here while I was sleeping? I was like, this is ridiculous.
Dude,
I feel uncomfortable.
For 365 days, I asked my parents, I want an Xbox. I was like, I'd rather have no other gifts and then just get an Xbox. And then my dad tried to pull some slick shit, was like, they are all out. And I was like, I said I wanted one thing. He goes, well, how about you quit being ungrateful, brat? And he come up to your room like you said. I was like, well, I'm sorry.
Way to make me look like a fool.
Yeah. In front of the whole family. Your fault, Dad.
I'm unwrapping.
This is your fault.
And I'm just like, oh,
Your fault, Dad.
This is cute. This is cute.
Alrighty. What did you say?
It was just like an RC car. Like a
So
remote
you want an
control.
RC car as your gift?
Yeah, but it was more of like the gift that got me.
Are we allowed to pick money?
No.
Okay, because I was definitely picking $1 million as my gift.
Yeah,
No,
never
I
got
wanted to
that
pick
once.
one that I got.
Oh, we have to pick. Yeah, maybe like $50. So you're going with your RC car. What's your song or your game?
I'll take a juicy Eagles Browns game.
When you said juicy and then said eagle, I forgot you had already picked lasagna. I was like, yo, oh, what?
I hit one with my car once.
A lasagna?
Did you hit lasagna with your car?
Now I hit an eagle. Bald eagle.
All right, so you got Eagles versus Browns. Now, at Eagle Stadium has to be, right?
Of course.
Okay. All right, I'm going to go with my gift and my song. My gift. And it has to be something that we've gotten in the past, right?
Yes.
So I'm just getting a gift I've already gotten.
The best gift you've
Dude.
ever gotten.
Do you like CDs?
Hold on. If we're going with best, yeah. I never got one of those, Derek. Don't remind me of my terrible childhood.
That's mine.
No, best gift I'm honestly going to have to go with is this quilt. It's my dad's old Grateful Dead shirts, and I got it for my Christmas last year. That's about the only Christmas gift that had any meaning to me ever. And if you're watching this and you give me a Christmas gift, that's not me saying I hated it. So
He kind of did just.
I definitely
he did
just
in
dogged
fact
on
say
anyone
that,
that's got
yeah.
me a Christmas present ever. Fuck everything I ever got.
I said fudge.
Alrighty. Adam, you got your gift and your song for your last 2 picks. What are you doing?
So, best gift I ever got was Stratocaster when I was like 11 years old. So I have to go with that. It was,
Okay.
it was
That's
absolute,
pretty.
like,
That's a pretty sick gun. Pew pew.
And for your song.
uh,
I love how none of us really wanted to do that one.
dude, I don't like.
That's
Christmas
literally the
music.
only one all 3 of us are missing. It's the Christmas Day song.
Oh, because like, does it have to play all day?
No, it's just while you're opening up your favorite gift.
No, it's like you're.
That's, I'd be like the last time. I'm listening to
No,
Christmas
it's
music.
literally you're going throughout your day. You haven't heard a single Christmas song, and you're like,
This is the one that's making you
I'm
go
doing
like,
Christmas stuff,
"Ooh,
and
la, la, la,
then
la,
you're like,
ooh la 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 la, ooh la 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 la, ooh la 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 la, ooh ooh. Yeah, something like that.
I don't like the way Tony's looking at me.
Now listen, just remember, really put some thought into this. I don't
I'm
think
trying.
you are.
I'm trying.
I
dude.
feel
I'm
like-
trying. Well,
Well, Derek, maybe some of us trying to remember what that's called.
yeah, guy, come on now. You know what? Probably the one that, like the Feliz Navidad one.
All right, Feliz Navidad, not the one I was thinking.
"Vos
Thank
por el baño
Christ.
Ebenesia."
Alrighty.
Yeah, you wasn't going to Los. And you don't even want.
I said I was doing carry out. I just wanted the Rose Combo out because I learned how to say it recently. I am picking. Why can't I not remember the name of this song?
Yeah, think, Clay, think. Put some thought into it, bud.
Oh, when people just keep talking, it's really
He was
hard.
on deck, just talking crap.
Yeah, I get real quiet. Look at
He
him
could
on
have been
tits.
sitting there thinking the
Yeah,
whole time.
I've been
I thought he had one
researching.
in the chamber. They just be like, finally, my turn.
What's the one with the bells?
Jingles?
No.
Silver.
What's the one that's like dun da da dun dun da da da? That one. Yeah.
We work at Burger King, making flavor
Yeah.
Whoppers. We wear paper hats. Would you
Yeah.
like it now?
So he wants the Family Guy
No. I
Whopper
want-
song.
Sure.
Okay.
Or the real one. So
It's like figgy pudding. Something.
can someone tell me what the name of the song is? I can't remember. Awesome. I draft Something Bells by the Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Hell's Bells.
Awesome.
Hell's
I'm
Bells.
so glad Andy heard that. All right, Tony, what's your song?
Someday at Christmas by Stevie Wonder.
What'd you say?
That's it. Done.
Someday back. Alrighty, well that is our draft. That is the end to the first rearranged show that we have going on here. You know how great we are at endings. Terrible. But there's still time for you to get to Tumbleweed to give some donations to get that free
Slap
queso.
that like and subscribe button. But yeah, get down to
Tumbleweed, get
This
that
is
free
the song
queso.
he's talking about. What is that? Christmas / what?
So the whole thing is, it was written way before Trans-Siberian Orchestra. They're the best version of it.
Yeah.
I'm seeing them in
Clearly
January,
what I
by the way.
said was Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Not Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Transgender what?
And make sure that you sub at either Westfall or Paint Valley by this Thursday. We'll be picking up the Thursday morning, so you can drop. The last day for drop-offs is going to be Wednesday morning, which would be tomorrow because this comes out Tuesday.
And get down to Tumbleweed. They'll give you a free case.
Free queso for anything that you're donating, and we'll be dropping that off this weekend. We just want to thank you for all those donations. You and Yoda had a
Big
pile
old
of
box.
stuff, and that box was amazing. So thank you for that. Make sure you're checking us out on Instagram at Ride the Wave Show and Twitter, Ride the Wave Show 2023. Check out our Facebook at Ride the Wave Show. Peace out, Girl Scouts.
Right. RTWavesports.com.
.com.
Com.
Ba-da-da.